Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research time for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you, and this is the designer brand from United States of America, and this is Halston, and this one in particular is Halston 1-12 is Eau de Cologne, and it's 125 ml. United Kingdom you can find it under £30. This bad boy has been around for wow, what, 40-50 years. So it's 50 years old perfume. Unfortunately, it's been reformulated a few times, but still got some legs to it, which is the good news. So the original one, when it came out, it was a beast mode, even though it's a Eau de Cologne, so it's the lowest concentration of oil in the perfume. But it used to be much stronger. These days is much tamer. On my skin, first thing first, presentation wise, is very classic. It's very retro, is from that era, and it shows, but it's very nice. I like it, although it's a little bit on the industrial side of things, but nevertheless I think it's a good looking bottle, and a box and everything about it is good. In terms of longevity, on my skin went up to 5 hours on my skin with 10 sprays, and in terms of projection, I would say about an hour of projection for an arm length, and after that it will subside and it never becomes skin scent, but it's almost a skin scent. It's very close to the body. If you put it on t-shirt, it goes much better, it goes longer. I think about maybe 6-7 hours easy on t-shirt. So I would think if you are going to get it, the best way to get the best performance out of it is to combine it on t-shirt and skin. Maybe 10 spray on the skin, 10 spray on t-shirt, because then you will have probably up to 8 hours of bubble around you, smell around you. So you can easily go heavy on the trigger. It's very light. It's not that dense, and also the price is accessible. Is very reasonably priced. Is affordable, so you can go heavy with the trigger, no problem. Yesterday, because I wanted to test it, I went 10 sprays of it. But if I'm going to wear it myself, I'd definitely go up to 20 sprays of it to smell it for longer and much better around me. So in terms of longevity and projection, is moderate to good. If you put it on t-shirt, it gets better in terms of longevity. So in terms of who is it for, this is definitely on the mature side. So I would say at least 25 years and older, if not 30 years and older. This is very classic, very reminiscent of that era, 70s and 80s. Smell to it is unmistakably from that era, although I personally love that era of perfumery, and I absolutely adore these fragrances from that era. For some people this could be interpreted as a little bit on the dated side, although for me I think it is timeless. It's absolutely gorgeous and is beautifully done. It's very well blended, is very well put together, smells great, it smells very manly, it's masculine, it's very aftershavey, it smells cream shavy, it smells a little barbershop in here, it smells very green, very herbaceous and floral and woods and amber and all sorts of things in here. As the era, always they put so many notes in their perfume, and this one shows as well. So that's why I would say definitely on the mature side. I think a person with experience will enjoy this much better than a youngster. In terms of who's it for? Definitely masculine. So this is masculine, no doubt about it. Although, as always, if you're a lady and you like this kind of perfumes, it doesn't mean anything. Fragrances, smell, scent, perfumes, they don't have gender. It's all marketing BS. If you like a fragrance, wear it. If you don't like a fragrance, don't wear it. As simple as that. So in terms of occasion, this is quite Swiss Army knife. So you can dress up, dress it down, daytime, nighttime, special occasion, casual. You can wear it to a wedding, you can wear it to work. Very, very versatile. And in terms of season, same thing. You can wear it all year round, but I think it's better suited for warmer weather, summer, spring, and autumn. In winter, it maybe doesn't have that much leg, although I wore it for the last 2 days, and even with 10 sprays I enjoyed it. But I think if you go up to 20 sprays, even in winter, you can enjoy it as well. So there are a few fragrances that this one reminds me of, although this one, it came out in 1976, so it's not going to be a copy, it's not going to be a one-to-one to any of these fragrances I'm going to mention, but it is very, very similar, and is very basically same perfumery, similar genre, similar category of fragrances. First thing first is Jack Bogart Pour Homme. Yeah, this and Jack Bogart Pour Homme are very, very similar. Second is Alfred Sang Homme. Alfred Sang Homme, this very similar, especially the soapiness of them are very, very similar here. The other one is Polo Green, but to lesser extent, because Polo Green is much more spicier than this one, although there are some similarity there, but this one is much smoother, much rounder, much soapier than Polo Green, but there are some similarities there as well. And also to some extent what's his name, Dunhill for Men. Yeah, again, that one is a classic, and this one and that one is very, very similar to each other in terms of smell, so you can see where it's going. And to some extent Corum as well, because of that green aspect of this fragrance, and also there's about booziness in here, and there's about that tobacco leafy feel in here as well. It reminds me of Corum to some extent as well, so you can tell where it's going. All these fragrances, have some similarity to them. As I said, it's not one-to-one to any of this, but they are very, very similar in terms of perfumery and ingredients, and the era of the fragrance this one is coming from. So for me, this is a gorgeous fragrance, very, very beautiful, very well done, absolutely gorgeous. I give it from beginning to end 10 out of 10 for my taste, for my age, for my experience. So that's for me. For you, you have to decide for yourself. If you're an older gentleman, if you're a mature person, if you've been around fragrances for a long time, I think this is one of the must in your collection. It's just basically exquisite. So let me read you the ingredients and we take it from there. So this is according to Fragrantica. On top we have green notes, lemon, galbanum, basil, bergamot, and mandarin orange. So when he opens up very zesty, very, very uplifting, very happy, very bright, and also in the same time very, very green. So this fragrance is very green. So it's green, it's herbaceous, it's leafy, it's grassy, it's a little bit of smokiness to it, little bit of camphorous feel to it, little bit of leafiness to it, little bit of that balsamic feel to it as well. Overall, very, very complex fragrance. The mid is dominated by the basically the woods, and also very aromatic. So the aromaticness is come from the lavender and juniper berry in here, and also to some extent from the pine needles. So the pine needles, the lavender, and the juniper berries here, giving it a very, very aromatic feel, plus this about booziness as well, and also green and more green, and also the carnation and jasmine here giving it a little bit of floral feel. Although the jasmine is much fainter than the carnation is much bigger, and the carnation in here is absolutely to the point, very, very nice. The base we have oak moss, cedar, labdanum, musk amber, tonka bean, and vanilla. So when it says amber tonka vanilla, you think, oh, it's going to be sweet. It's not. It's moderately sweet. It's ample enough, but it's not going to be a sweet fragrance because this is a classical word. So in the classical word, they use them for smooth, making the perfume smooth rather than making it sweet. So in here is ample enough for making it smooth, and let's put sweetness in here overall, but it is a moderate sweetness. The amber in here is very transparent, is very effervescent, and is very airy. The musk from beginning to the end always a little bit of musky undertone to it, but it's very, very clean. The labdanum giving it a little bit of that earthy resin plus a little bit of smokiness in here, and the cedar sandalwood combination giving it that woody base, which is very, very nice, but again very clean overall. Overall this fragrance is quite soapy, it's very clean, hint of that what you call it, a very clean aftershavey feel to it, and also cream shavy feel to it as well. The oak moss in here unfortunately is toned down. I think one of the things differ the newer version than the older version is the oak moss, because oak moss was, you know, removed from many fragrances, and in here I don't feel it that much. Maybe it's very smidgen amount of it, but unfortunately he's not a bit. I wish he had a massive oak moss. That would have made it basically a masterpiece, although it's very good. But everything in here is in moderate, in ample enough, subtle, understated way of making perfume, which to some extent is because of the reformulation and what we're getting right now. So I'm guessing, I never smelled the original one, but I'm guessing the original one much stronger, and especially the oak moss must have been much bigger. So to recap quickly what to expect from this beautiful perfume, which I highly recommend. Very aromatic, yes, from the lavender, juniper berry plus the green notes. Very herbaceous, which is from the basil and also from the other herbal and green notes in here. Quite leafy, quite camphorous, quite green, very citrusy, especially in the beginning. Very zesty, fresh spiciness, which is mainly come from the herbaceous notes in here. Amber, very transparent and very see-through amber in here. Very airy. The muskiness of it is coming from mainly the pine needles and other green notes, and the lavender giving it a big clean feel to it, which is, and also the soapiness of it, which is coming from the lavender. A hint of earthiness from the labdanum, and a little bit of smokiness, a little bit of dustiness, and a little bit of the powderiness in here as well, and a little bit of floral feel to it overall, which is coming from the carnation and the jasmine. So for me, for my taste, for my age, for my experience, this is a beautiful fragrance. I absolutely enjoyed it for the last 2 days, and I'm going to wear it even more because this is very close to my taste. I absolutely love it. It's just that era of perfumery mesmerized me, and it uplifts me, makes me happy, and maybe some of it is because of the memory, but I think some of it is because of the perfumery. I think the perfume world, the perfumery had peaked in 70s and 80s, and after 90s slowly started to unfortunately subside. So this is, for me, is the peak of human ingenuity in terms of putting so many notes together to come up with an amazing smell and amazing profiles and scents. And this is one of those fragrances that is very iconic, in the same time classic, in the same time very classy, in the same time timeless, at least for me. Okay guys, I highly recommend it if you are interested in this kind of fragrances. If you're not into these fragrances, I don't think this is a blind buy worthy, although it's very reasonable, it's very affordable. It's up to you what you do with the information. Okay guys, if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing value for money, they smell great, and they're hidden gems. This beauty is definitely a hidden gem. If you are interested in purchasing one of my own perfumes and support me that way, and get something very, very beautiful in return, you could do that. I'll leave them in the link. I'm the perfumer, I'm the artist, I'm the worker, I'm the creator. So they are true handmade perfumes just for like people in the United Kingdom. I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in my perfumes, which is unheard of and is no joke. When you smell my perfume, you realize what 60% perfume oil means. It means business. It will hit you like no one hit you before. I leave them in the link. They are super beautiful, very artistic, very unique. They are like time capsule. They take you different places, different time, and they are super beautiful. If I say myself, there are so many other reviews reviewed my perfumes. You can go and check them out if you are interested. Thank you very much as always for watching. Thank you very much for love and support, and I see you later. Bye bye bye.